Welcome back everyone, Jose21 Crisis here, and today we're playing some more Grand Prix World 2001. It is the beginning of the 2004 season where we're expecting a lot, and it is not gonna be a good year. It's not gonna be a good year. If you saw the preseason episode, if you saw the performance chart, the season change chart it's what I call that chart. In fact, I put it right there so you can see it. No, car development the previous year was not good enough, and it's gonna be a difficult year. We're starting behind Minardi. We are the worst team in Formula 1. Ignore Jaguar. Jaguar has proven that they can only put together Formula 2 cars. They brought in Michael Schumacher, so maybe they can entice some people. But on the other hand, maybe Michael Schumacher is going to make sure they spend all of their money in being mediocre. Anyway, so yeah, this is gonna be a fight back year. This is going to be a year where we have to do like 1997 Arrows or 1998 Jordan and upgrade our way to the top. I did a few changes. First of all, Alonso's salary is in green. In white, that means that I went to the Grand Prix World. Dang it, stop making sound phone. I went to the Grand Prix World Editor 3.2 and changed his salary from minus 5.4 to 6.4 million positive. The game still recognizes him as a pay driver, but he's gonna deduct cash from us, which is exactly what we will expect. I'm not sure how Grand Prix World will take this for like an extended period of time, but he's gonna deduct cash from us. Why 6.4 million? I did a little research, and apparently in 2003, 2004 he was getting paid that amount in real life. That went up to 7 million in 2005. So I decided to give him 6.4 and cope with it, because that's everything we're gonna be able to do. Did my changes here. I'm gonna try to re-sign Giles or bring in Nigel Stepney, because well, we had the chance to sign a level 5 chief, and you know, I'm gonna try to resign him again. Now, testing. I already set up the testing program. You can see it here. Here are the percentages. Here are the amount of miles. Not gonna go to 200 because that's unnecessary. And here are the driver programs. Do testing. I did full testing for engine and tire this time, because thanks to the contracts we have, we're gonna be able to remap the engine and improve the tires. Of course, we have the usual development and research and setup and so on. So development, why is this year gonna suck? As you can see, handling is at 38%. We hadn't seen values like this since 2001 and since 2002. 2002 was worse actually. That's not the only problem the car has. As you can see, gearbox, hydraulics, suspension and throttle, they are very low. The most critical of this is hydraulics, because I cannot fix it through setup changes. Suspension, that's fine, because I can just lower suspension, curb usage and off racing line if that's not enough, and we'll be able to finish the races just fine. But hydraulics, we're not gonna finish races if the hydraulics continually suck. So I put some work in the hydraulics. I'm gonna distribute percentages here. I'm gonna put 50-50. I don't want to go out and check the spreadsheet to see the correct percentages. I could continue develop this active suspension, and I'm gonna do that after Australia when I can visit the spreadsheet, but that will continue later, don't worry. I already built a whole bunch of spare parts, don't worry about that. Now, engine development. As you can see, we have a partner deal for Renault engines. That means we can do testing and use that testing to adjust the engine to our specification. In this case, we did enough testing to be able to fill up the bar. With a partner deal, the only thing you can do is assist engine development. And by assist engine development, it means you can remap the engine. What does remapping mean? Let me show you. When you remap, you take points from any of the categories you see here, say reliability, and put them in another category, say power. You confirm, and for Brazil, that is the next round, we're going to get an engine that, relative to the 01A spec, as you can see here. First, it's an engine designed for us. It's a 01B spec, and it changes 3 points in reliability for 3 extra points in power. And considering the Renault has just 2 points in power, that is one of the biggest setbacks we have. The Renault is not a powerful engine. Our objective is to get power to 10, and we'll cope with the consequences of that action later. But we need as much power as possible because it is a cheap way to improve car performance. So there we go. 5 points in power, that's what we're going to get. Repair both cars. Make sure both cars are ready for the next race. Not gonna be able to build any spare parts, but that's okay. I'm gonna have to visit the spreadsheet anyway, aren't I? Well, anyway. We have Marlboro money, we have Renault engines, we have Michelin tires. They are... I forgot. We do have Works Michelin tires. Anyway, so we remapped the Renault engine, right? We can do the same with the Michelin tires, but even better. As you can see, we have our Works deal. What a Works deal allows you to is to have control of research and development. What does control mean? Well, we go to a set of tires. In this case, I'm gonna do it on the soft tire because I love the soft tires and I need to be able to use them more. But this resilience is extremely low. I cannot do one softs reliably with resilience this low. So what do? You do testing. And as you can see, when you have control, you can do remapping and you can do improvement. What using remapping is you take points from a category and put them somewhere else. With improvement, it's simple. You get, in this case, in the case of tire, you get 5 points to put them in the category you want. And instead of being the 01B spec, now it's a completely new and improved spec, the 02 spec designed for Prost. So for Brazil, we're gonna get more resilient soft tires. You can only do this for one set of tire at a time. So I'm going to try to improve the soft tire as much as possible, then work on the hard tire, in that order. Sadly, and as we saw in the preseason episode, Bridgestone has a speed in terms of tire, at least relative to the rest of the field. For one, Bridgestone is being used by McLaren and Williams. McLaren and Williams are the best team in Formula 1, are the two best teams in Formula 1 behind Ferrari. So at the very least, we're using how to put it? At the very least, Ferrari doesn't have the top tire because they're stuck with us at Michelin, but McLaren and Williams have. More importantly, however, our current rival Minardi, they have Michelins and they're customers, so they will not be able to improve them. So we're gonna have better tires than Michelin as the season goes along, but than Minardi as the season goes along. But our objective is not beating Minardi. Our objective is somehow, some way, finding a way to finish, well, not necessarily second, that's not gonna happen, but at least fourth in the championship. That's when sponsors consider you a top team, when you are top 4 or somewhere around there. And the reason why that is so important is because our contract with Marlboro doesn't expire. Okay, never mind. Okay, it's not that critical on this one because I thought that our our Marlboro contract and our Renault contract expired in 2004, or that is actually next year. Actually, yeah, it is critical. Okay, all Marlboro and Renault and Michelin contracts expire next year, and if we're not competitive, Marlboro won't offer us a deal, and Michelin won't offer us a works deal. So we need to develop the car as soon as possible. We need to be top 4, otherwise we lose the Marlboro deal and we lose the Michelin deal. So yeah, it's pretty critical. Of course, I'm gonna have to exit this out so I can look at the spreadsheet and put the correct percentages and stuff. So in the end, I'm gonna have to do that. So let me do that real quick. Okay, I have returned, and since I had the time to look at the spreadsheet, I put some percentages on the chassis, on the technology, and the driver rate, so we're gonna be working on that active suspension. We desperately need it because this suspension needs help. As for percentages, I put as much percentages as I could on sponsors and hospitality. For some reason, we are not having good luck in terms of Australia hospitality. Despite this much percentage, I could only get it to level 3. I can usually get it to level 4 or 5 with this percentage, but We're not having luck in that department, and I'm talking, of course, to Elf. 4%, that should get us talking, and I'm talking to Castrol, Credit Suisse, and not them, PSN, so that we can start negotiations with them. I'm also bringing Castrol and Credit Suisse so that they offer us a better deal. That's one of the things. If you bring someone and they like your hospitality, they offer you a slightly better deal. I think that's the way it works. That's the way it has worked for a while, I think. Right, so we have to go to a race, right? We have to participate in a race. And I still need to steal Ferrari's active suspension, so we're gonna be working on that. Right, so the Australian Grand Prix. How is our engine right now? It has pretty good heat, doesn't have that much rigidity, so I can only go up to 7 in... okay. Should be fine. Gonna add 2 points in grip, 2 points in dust, and 1 point in tarmac. Because we had some grip issues from the testing I did, and the telemetry, which I have not made the video for that just yet. Before I upload this one, I have to make the telemetry video. Okay, and I mean it's driver orders. This always goes to the top. It's qualifying, so this, that, and this, that. Actually, braking doesn't actually affect speed, so it's braking is irrelevant. Confirm the orders. What does affect speed is, of course, off racing line, curb usage, and top speed. If you can run with 10 top speed, do it. Do it. It has more effect than acceleration. Trust me on that one. I think we're ready. This one is going to suck. And I'm pretty sure we're going to lose some cash on this one because we're doing hospitality and we're paying Alonso and so on and so forth. But in the long run, we should be okay. Right, so let's get in there. Australian Grand Prix 2003. Let's see how it goes. Here is your competitors list. Michael Schumacher and Luciano Burti at Jaguar, Mark Webber and David Coulthard at McLaren. There are your top contenders for this year's championship. Olivier Panis and Fernando Alonso, they will not be contending for this year's championship, and I know Alonso should be in front of Panis due to the way the numbering system works, but Panis is our number one. Ralf Schumacher and Giancarlo Fisichella, they are also going to try fighting for this year's championship. Enrique Bernoldi, Hello Boy, and Pedro de la Rosa. Then you have Rubens Barrichello and Kimi Raikkonen also contending for this championship. John Lacey and Tarson Marquez at Sauber, Jenson Button and Jarno Trulli at Minardi, Jos Verstappen and Frentzen at Arrows, Eddie Irvine, Gaston Mazzacane at Jordan, Juan Pablo Montoya, Stefan Saracen at BAR. And the first session is going to be very dry, 22 degrees in temperature, average wind speed. Both of us going to be running the hard tires because, of course, you need to one stop in this race. The only thing you're going to be running is the hard. Okay. First qualifying session of the year, let's try to beat Minardi, shall we? Let's get in there. Well, this sucks. Welcome to 2002. Anyway, if you're a Ferrari or a McLaren or a Williams fan, this one is going to be one hell of a year. David Coulthard takes pole position from Giancarlo Fisichella and Ralf Schumacher. All of them post at 31.5. Fisi barely misses pole by 4 thousandths of a second, with Ralf 3 hundredths behind. Then you have Raikkonen 3 tenths behind. Barrichello, he wasn't that good, 6 tenths behind. Then you have Webber, he was nowhere. Bernoldi and De La Rosa, excellent times. Everyone is, it's pretty close up there at the top. Then you have Frentzen in the Arrows, Montoya in the BAR, Irvine in the Jordan, they're finally improving. Verstappen in the other Arrows, Saracen in the other BAR, Mazzacane in the Jordan, Alesi and Marquez in the Saubers, and then you have Panis. 34.2, that is about 2.7 seconds off the pace. Then you have Button, then you have Alonso, 3 seconds off pole position. How in the hell are we going to find 3 seconds? There are ways. Not all of them legal. Actually, there are legal ones, and those are the ones we're going to do. Among them, improving the engine, and the other ones are, well, improving the car. Then you have Truly. At the very least, we beat one of the minorities. Actually, we beat both minorities in overall. And then you have Jaguar. Michael Schumacher should either be pretty upset, or he did expect that this was going to suck for him, because things are not looking good for Jaguar. Very dry and very high wind speed, 29 degrees. All of us on hard tires. Of course, the usual strategy will be pitting long, because we have hard tires. We can go long, and the one stop is very, very good in this place. So, of course, we're gonna be running the one stop. 33, 25, and if you can stretch it, which you should be able to in terms of tires, you're going to do it. Okay, first race of a very difficult season. Don't worry, this is all just build up for the 2005 season, where we will win the championship. I'm starting to sound like modern day Ferrari fans. Anyway, 35, 33, top 10, I guess? No. No way in hell. I guess the objective we have is beating Sauber somehow, some way. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Lower that to 100%. And save 10. Here we are, boys and girls. I forgot to increase this. Increase it to 6. That'll do. And the 2004 season is go. I said go, thank you. I expect to lose plenty places. We beat a Minardi off the line. And now Alonso is last. As expected. An overtake. Now I need to have them hold position, not try to force an overtake on anything. Someone lost a front wing. It's a Williams. That's a cheap position. We lost places. Dang it. There goes Alonso. Panis is last. Just the usual. Okay. Push so that you can overtake people and drop that, because you don't need that much acceleration. Okay, let's get a move on. Let's get a move on, boys. A Benetton and a Williams crashed and are going to DNF, so we're not gonna finish 21st and 22nd at the very least. Where's Alonso? There goes the Williams. Here we come us. That's Barrichello, sad for him. Actually keep that there, because it's lap 1. Tire wear is not that significant at this point in time. Where are the boys? 19th and 20, do not fight amongst yourselves. We cannot lose you. You saw how people already DNF because they fought amongst themselves. Okay, stop fighting. Stop fighting. Do not try to overtake, guys. Do not try to overtake. There goes De La Rosa. Alonso, don't do it. Don't do it. Dang it. Both of you did. Anyway, this is the frustrating part about Australia. They just try to force an overtake where there is none. Anyway, boys, this is a 20-car field. I need you to move up. Well, I guess it's not happening. Okay, just protect your tires. Just protect your tires. If they keep fighting, they cannot pull away from us. And if they are 2 stopping or 3 stopping, they are done. So, just hold position. Let's see. Ralph in the lead from Bernoldi, Weber, Fisichella, Cooper, and Raikkonen. Raikkonen did not have a good start. I mean, we know how bad starts look, at least. Raikkonen, okay. Then Irvine and Saracen. Those are your point scorers. Panis, drop back a bit, so that you don't try to force an overtaking move where there is none, like Alonso's doing right now. Why are you trying to overtake? I mean... Yeah, Australia and Hungary are the 2 most annoying tracks in the game, precisely because of that. Because they try to, like, overtake where there is no move, and they end up losing time. And I am not aware of a way to stop them from doing that. Let's have them just finish the lap and then cut away until more interesting stuff happens, which It'll probably be a DNF in the front of the field because we do not have the pace. Remember, we're one stopping, so it's gonna be a lonely drive at the back of the field. Anyway, I shall see you later. Little update because there's been plenty DNFs. So in the first lap, of course, De La Rosa and Rubens took each other out. Neat. Then Tarso Marquez's clutch decided to give up, and now Michael Schumacher's gearbox decided to quit on him. That's 4 DNFs, and all of them were for position, at least for us, which it's not a happy feeling at all. And to make it even worse, there is a tree stopper out there, which is Eddie Irvine. He just pit a moment ago, and he's just coming out of the pits. In a normal circumstance, we should have destroyed him by being able to be ahead of him, but Jordan is fast. Jordan is very fast. At this point, I'm not even sure we're gonna be able to beat Alesi. Alesi is the only remaining Sauber. What is PC doing tree stopping anyway? This is Alesi. I doubt we're gonna be able to beat him. This sucks. This sucks bad. But it's gonna be just a terrible first race. But we're gonna develop the car throughout the season, and the objective is getting at least 2 wins. 2 wins this year. And it'll probably be by the end of the year, like Nürburgring, Suzuka, hoping for rain because Alonso, okay, Jenson pits in a tree stop, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. We're gonna win at least 2 races this year. It's going to be by the end of the year. Maybe, doubtfully, we win Germany. Maybe, likely, we win Nürburgring, and maybe, likely, we win Suzuka. And any wet weather races are gonna be a threat for us to score points. Good job, truly. So we just have to wait for those. In fact, Brazil is a race where it usually rains, and if it does, well, both of these boys are good in the wet, so we're looking for points in these races if there's rain. Alright, time for our first set of stops. That will be for Fernando Alonso, lap 34, and he right now is contending for a top 10 finish. He's ahead of both Arrows and both Jordans, as you can see. There's Joss, there's Frentzen, there's Mazzacane, there's Irvine. Panis' pace has not been particularly great. His fastest lap, 36.0. Right now Alonso with a 35.9, but maybe you want to analyze this. Look at the time delta and the times that they've put on the last few laps. But overall, Alonso has better pace. Over the race distance, he's had better pace than Panis. Clean stop, excellent. He's had better pace than Panis, and yeah, he's done well. Alonso's gonna have a clean stop, excellent. No pit stop errors at the beginning of the year. And Alonso is ahead of Button and Bertie. A while ago, truly DNF, which is a shame, but not much that we can do. He's not on our team, so the only moment I will care about Trulli and Minardi is when they can score points. And considering our position right now, I will ask for them to not score a single point, or that if they do, we are ahead of them, so we score more points. Anyway, time to jump forward to Panis' stop and the half race. Actually, Panis is about to enter his pit lap, so might as well just stay here. Like, don't cut the recording. And here we are, Panis' pit lap, and well, this is the half race report presented by me and Marlboro, I suppose. So, Ralf Schumacher is leading the Australian Grand Prix, followed by Giancarlo Fisichella, David Coulthard, Mark Webber, Enrique Bernoldi, Stefan Saracen, Juan Montoya, and John Alesi are the people in the points. We are 12th and 14th. That's going to change to 13th and 14th because Panis is going to pit and he's going to fall back behind Alonso. And I hope just behind Alonso, I hope no pit stop issues. We shouldn't have any. No pit stop issues. Good. The pit crew starts the year clean without screwing things up. Actually, we're going to be 13th and 15th because Button's going to go through. Yeah, 13th and 15th. Alonso's gonna have to let through a whole bunch of people, man. Right, so DNFs. This has not been a good start of the year for Williams, as Kimi Raikkonen spun it off and Barrichello crashed with De La Rosa. Marquez and Michael, you know what happened to them. Trulli's engine exploded, so sad for Trulli. That's about it. That's a half race report. The favorite to win is Ralf Schumacher. I mean, look at the guy, and look at where friggin' Fisichella is right now. So Ralf is the main contender for this win, unless he DNFs. Let's cut forward until more interesting stuff happens, and that interesting stuff is probably going to be these boys pitting, because that's the people Alonso was fighting with, and to some extent Panis was catching up to. Most of them will be ahead because the Arrows and the Jordan are faster than the Prost. Maybe we're in position to fight with them. Doubtful, but we're gonna try. So let's cut ahead. Right, so the Arrows and the Jordan already pit, and we just came out just behind Frentzen, which is a bit better than I expected. Right, so Ralf Schumacher enters his final lap fighting with Mark Webber. For that reason I placed this camera specifically on Ralf Schumacher, because he's been fighting with Webber. Webber has been catching him. He's right there, he could take the position. I doubt he will though. As for us, well, let's use Alonso's screen, why not? No, that's not the one. Yeah, that's the one. 13th, no, not 10th, we're 11th. Anyway, we just crossed the line for our final lap. It's been rough. We couldn't catch the Arrows, Panis couldn't catch the Jordans. Alonso excellently this Grand Prix. Panis not so much. Ralf Schumacher will win the first race of the year from Mark Webber. Excellent job for the younger Schumacher. Third is going to be, it looks like Giancarlo Fisichella, followed by David Coulthard. Fifth is going to be Enrique Bernoldi, whatever there he is. Bernoldi, then Saracen, Montoya, and Alesi, the final point scorer. Us, we're going to finish 14th and 11th. 14th for Panis, 11th for Alonso. Not the start we would have wanted. At the very least, we beat the Minardis, although that's mostly a function of the fact they DNF'd. We beat Williams, although that's a function of the fact they DNF'd. But yeah, it's a difficult start of the year. Confirmation that Ralf Schumacher wins from Mark Webber, Giancarlo Fisichella, David Coulthard, Enrique Bernoldi, Stefan Saracen, Juan Pablo Montoya, and John Alesi. Verstappen and Frentzen finish ahead of us. Alonso finishes 11th, Mazzacane and Irvine 12th and 13th, with Panis 14th. Berti, the last of the qualified runners, finishes 15th. And here's the rest of your DNFs. So, provisionally, Ralf Schumacher leads the World Drivers' Championship from Mark Webber, Fisichella, Coulthard, and so on and so forth, with Ferrari leading the constructors by 3 points over McLaren. And we lose some cash. That's again because we're paying Alonso like 6.4 million a year, and we did hospitality. I'm gonna show you the way the cash looks at this point in time. You gotta start in engineering, good, testing, the usual complaining. Of course it's risky, but we have to do it. The 2005 chassis has to be great. Also, we lost a whole bunch of cash because remember, I built another car, a test car. Let's see. Yeah, like I told you, built a car. Engine sponsor has provided us with an engine in accordance to our R&D. Same with our tires. CAT, I made it so that, let me show you real quick. We are building a new CAT system, improving our test rig. I had a level 2 in the previous year, but it got degraded because it was ancient. And workshop to level 3, and I'm developing a new supercomputer. So that's being worked on. Marlboro increases support, Michelin reduces support, same with PSN, Elf, Credit Suisse, and Castrol and PSN want to negotiate with us, which is good. We found a driver aid, okay, that's active suspension, I suppose. Did we ended up developing? No, we didn't finish the development of our own active suspension. That's level 1, yes, I already have that technology, it's fine. Let's check the news. Ralph wins, DC got the pole. Prost drivers are concerned that their car seems so far off the pace. I am concerned as well, but if we work hard, it will be on the pace by the middle of the year or the end of the year. Juan goes to McLaren. Just goes to Williams. What in the world is happening? This is very realistic. This isn't. Tarso Marquez to Jordan. What is going on? What is going on? Let's see. Who has a seat secure? McLaren. Saracen is going to be AR. I mean, he's in BAR already. What am I talking about? Who still has a seat opening? Oh, the Jordan drivers. I see. Weber isn't returning. That's fun. Okay. Oh, where will Raikkonen go then? Where's Raikkonen going? Anyway, what I want to show you about finances. Because of the unorthodox way I'm doing things, Alonso's salary isn't counted as a driver expenditure, but as a negative income. Which it technically is, but it isn't, and it just messes up with the percentage. Ignore this percentage. We're paying him 400k per race, which is, I guess, realistic to what he was paid in real life. Of course, I mean, oh yeah, another reason why we need to finish top 4. The FIA funding, we're getting paid 24 million this year, and if we do things wrong, we're gonna get paid less. So yeah, we need to improve a lot. And like I 1 million in construction, we're not gonna be building that many chassis every single round. Right, so let me take off some of the percentage here. Jeez, that's a lot. I'm gonna leave it at just quality level 2 and put 2% here. Now that we talk with Credit Suisse and Castrol, pull that out so we can put it on Renault and PSN, I suppose, because we need to talk with PSN. We're negotiating with them. Alright, I carried over some advantages. 2 million per sponsor, that's solid. And of course, customer ELF fuel, because like I told you before, customer ELF doesn't offer partner deals. Unfortunately, only customer. Right, so what do we get from our sponsors? We got improved soft tires, as you can see. These are specific to us. No one else can have these soft tires. And we got an upgraded engine. We got the 01B spec, which has more power. But what do I want? Even more power. So we're gonna do more testing, so I can do more remapping, so I can move all of the reliability over to the power side. Let me check something real quick. Okay, no one else can get the engines we're getting. I think that's an advantage. Okay, access to engine upgrades. If there was a team with a works Renault engine, every single engine we adjusted, they will be able to get it. Fortunately, no one can get works Renault deals, so that is perfectly fine. Right, so hydraulics, which we desperately needed, now we'll be able to finish races. And let's start working on suspension now. Chassis is coming along. Hopefully we get a legal the FIA tells us our chassis is legal for the next season because we need it. Genius, man. I'm a genius. Let's see. Sure, do it. Do it. Okay, maybe we'll be able to get active suspension on the car if the FIA approves. If so, I will start working right away on automatic gears because I will compensate for the fact that we lack reliability on the car. What's next? What's next? I need to see if I can hire one of these two men. Whoa. My mouse double clicks all the time because it's busted at this point in its existence. Oh yes, he accepted a 3-year deal. Okay, alright. Of course, I might have made a mistake by not massively increasing the salary and the championship bonus. If so, then I'm gonna have to go for Nigel Steer, and that's going to be unfortunate. Or maybe one of these guys. But they better make it to next race so I can sign them. Either one of them. Right, so I need to sign more trainees to every department because we have the capacity to do it. No, don't hire a headhunter. The maximum you can get at all times is 3 unless you glitch this thing, so I'm just gonna hire the 3. No one here, and in mechanics, can I get another one? No. But still, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I did check everything, okay. So, time for me to get into the spreadsheet, do the testing, do everything that I usually don't show you. Oh well, right. Let's just put the 1B spec engine in the cars. And I'm obviously gonna do the correct testing to see which is the better tire, but I'm gonna give Alonso the soft tire spec for now, while Panis keeps the hard tire. After my testing, I'll decide what strategy I want to run. I'll probably just run a 2-stop or something like that. Anyway, time to go to the spreadsheet and prepare everything for the upcoming race. Right, so I did the testing and I already fixed up the cars. Full setup, full research, full engine and full tires, and 259 miles of testing, which is plenty, but it was just enough. Here is the program. Here is the drivers, only 3% remaining mechanics, and I couldn't fix car number 3, but that's perfectly fine. So what we discover is that we have high drag, which is countered in part thanks to the fact that the Renault engine has a very high heat rating, but I still gotta fix that, so we're working on that right away. We're working on improving the suspension reliability, and we're working on active suspension, and working on the design of the 2005 car that needs to keep going. Employ that research, few more points, few points there, few points there. Can I get it approved? It got rejected. Anyway, I need to focus on automatic gears, and like I said before, auto gears reduce the effect of what I'm going to do, which is remap the engine again, or 01B spec, and take off the remaining reliability points and put them in power. What auto gears does is just increase overall reliability of the engine, but right now, since I've lowered reliability to 1, this will make an excellent qualifying engine, but we're gonna use it in races. Since I lowered it to 1, actually I will make a qualifying engine. Anyway, I lowered it to 1, I think we're more prone to DNFing due to random DNFs and of course engine wear, but I usually don't set the order so high as to DNF due to engine reliability, so we should be fine. As for tires, I'm going to improve once again the soft tire. That should be enough to carry us through most of the year. After that, I will focus on improving the standard hard tires, and then I'll work on the soft tires. Nothing on ELF because of course we don't have points for ELF. As for sponsorship, I ended up taking off the quality points, putting some on VIP, putting 12% on ELF, which should get us the complete ELF deal. That should be no issue. And putting 27 on both Castrol and Credit Suisse, along with how much? 16 on PSN. We should get most of the deal done on Castrol and Credit Suisse and at least one block here on PSN, with the entirety of this deal for Elf. Now, I need some automatic gears. I need someone with high-level auto gears that we could steal. Ferrari has auto gears. Let's steal them from them. Ferrari automatic gears. Maybe we can copy them, because I doubt on this particular weekend we'll be able to fill up the development bar for auto gears. Now, both of the guys are going to be using soft tires. Make sure it is the second spec, not the first spec. And both of them are going to be employing 3 rain points. Just 3 of them. And I could put tarmac. Yeah, we'll take care of the engine. Let's put the tarmac points. That should make the soft tires last a bit longer than they normally would. And I need to be careful with the suspension, because it is not that reliable. So in the race I'm gonna have to lower orders plenty to make sure we can make it to the end with the current suspension we have. I expect plenty DNFs on this race. Right, so here we are with our level 5 power Renault, which is a bit better than than whatever we had before. In fact, let me see. We have power comparable to Honda now. We're better than Cosworth as well, so we have more power than McLaren, BAR and Williams, but we're still below Minardi and Ferrari, Sauber and Benetton in terms of power. And since I upgraded the engine, that lets me show you the final performance chart for this episode. Before I show you the season change performance chart, this is just the overall performance chart I usually show. As you can see, from Australia to Brazil, we got a bit better thanks to the fact that the engine is better. So, save the game. Make sure I have confirmed everything. We are ready to go. Confirm the orders. And no, Sauber. Although we should be able to beat Sauber on this Grand Prix. Yeah, Sauber. I was gonna say Benetton, but it is Sauber that we can beat. Okay, let's go. The Brazilian Grand Prix. Good. Light rain, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to head out right away, get some laps, and then take cover back in the pits, waiting until the track dries out. So both of them going on soft, both of them going on the B-spec engine. And off we go. Ladies and gentlemen, not all hope is lost. Olivier Panis puts it on the pole with Fernando Alonso second. And this little bar tells you right here that something happened. And that happened was that, as you saw, it started with light rain, and the rain, it was there. Panis and Alonso did their single lap because I only sent them for one lap. They put it first, second, and then track became very wet, to the point that only Marquez managed to do a lap in the intermediates, and Barrichello got the very wet track by the end of his lap, so he lost time. Everyone else did only very wet lap times, and they didn't make it. We lost Saracen and Bertie. We only gonna have 20 cars starting, so behind the top 4, we're gonna have Fisichella, Verstappen, Ralf Schumacher, John Alesi, Eddie Irvine, Juan Montoya, Kimi Raikkonen, Heinz-Harald Frentzen, surprising, even more surprising, Mark Webber, David Coulthard in the McLarens, very, very far back, Pedro de la Rosa, Button, Trulli, Bernoldi, Michael Schumacher, so even the Michael cannot pull that Jaguar to the front on wet weather conditions, and Gaston Mazzacane. And if we're gonna have even more wet weather, I will be very, very happy. We don't, but I mean, we're gonna start from pole. That's a win. That's excellent. Now I'm gonna have Panis extend his first stint as much as he can, then go 25 laps around there, and just 20 laps in the end. Alonso's gonna go 25.50, even though I think he should go longer. 22. That should be fine. With, of course, Panis getting the longer stops because he's the number one. Actually, let's have him go a bit longer. 27, 26, 19. The final stint is gonna be full send. Alonso is gonna have a more traditional strategy. So let's get in there. We're not gonna hold on to pole, but let's make the most of our starting position. So, as usual, save the game and lower race speed. I want both of the guys to at the very least hold on to P1 and 2 into turn 1. As you can see, here are the orders. I cannot have too much curb usage or off racing line because the suspensions are going to get destroyed, and I want to finish this race. And everyone else is gonna have issues with DNFs. Damn it, damn it. Nope, 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 nope. We cannot hold on to our positions even though we wanted to. Down to 12 and 13, which is a shame. At the very least we tried. Okay, let's see where we end up at the end of lap 1. Clearly things did not go to plan, but that's the usual. Who leads? That is wow, that's Joss. Joss took the lead, dang. There, in the speech translation. Transcription is the term I'm looking for. So yeah, Joss is in the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Impressive. And Panis is making an overtake. Good job. Well, was in the lead. I think he got overtaken by this point. But still, dang, Joss. Nope, he lost the lead already. Just Verstappen is second though. Physical at first with just second. Ralf Schumacher third. Let's see, how is the order looking right now? With Alesi 4th, Raikkonen 5th, Irvine 6th, Mark Webber 7th, Barrichello 8th, De La Rosa 9th, Panis 10th, with Montoya 11th, Alonso 12th, Trulli is 13th ahead of Coulthard. What is this race start? And Michael Schumacher could not go forward. Amazing. Please defend, there's someone right behind you. Actually, we cannot afford this defense. We cannot afford to be defending this much. We're gonna try anyway though, because why not? But yeah, we cannot afford to be defending this much because that's gonna wear out our tires. So yeah, gonna have to go back down to 1. Just keep the defense order up and see what we can do, but we cannot lose that much time defending. 10th and 13th, I doubt we're gonna finish in this position, either because we're gonna drop back or DNFs ahead, but we're gonna try. The tires should be able to make it to our planned stops if we're careful with them. We'll see. At the very least, I want to beat the Saubers, and we're in position to beat just one of them. The other is 5th. Over here? Where is he? Around here, I think. I can't see them. That overtaking was coming. It's expected. Anyway, I'll see you a bit later. Actually, let's just finish this lap, see where we end up. Alonso going for the move, gaining a position, and now down on the braking. Yeah, we need to be careful in terms of our defending. 11 and 12, it's fine. There is a lazy. Maybe we'll be able to beat them. We'll see. Anyway, 3 laps done, so I'm gonna cut ahead and, well, hopefully things go our way. What in the world has happened here? Why did it turn wet all of a sudden? Okay, to be totally fair, the race had started overcast. And it had never changed from that point, but suddenly turning this wet. I mean, I appreciate it because the boys Of course, they are good in the wet, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that. I was ready to just go, oh yeah, it's time for Alonso to pit, and so on and so forth. Maybe I'll be able to serve them both on the same lap. It'll depend on the pit crew. This pit lane is so long, come on! No, it's not happening. It's not happening. I think. Maybe. Get him out! Dang it. Okay, not fast enough. Actually, this is to lap 56. 16 laps of fuel. Still in the pits. Alonso is behind. Okay, good. Okay, Panis, go on. Get a move on. Alonso, you will hold on for a while. This is your in lap, so this is your in lap. Equip intermediates. Good. Now don't say out. This is your in lap. Okay, I had managed to extend the pit stops of both of the guys simply because their tire wear was considerably less than I had expected, and that means I could go faster. Now, strategies at the front are a bit screwed because the Ferraris have not pit yet. Actually, Ralph did at some point. Even more importantly, the front has already pit, some of them, and they put the ground tire because they pit a while ago. So we're going to gain plenty positions thanks to this sudden rain from the heavens. This is completely unexpected. I did not expect to have like this sudden rain. I don't mind about the pit stop glitch on this particular scenario because we're faster anyway. That Benetton is a concern though, as is that Jordan. Actually, the pit stop glitch is going to stop Alonso for a while now. Okay, it did. Dang it. The worst part is he was ready, and the intention was for him to be just behind Jordan, but he didn't. He got stuck. That's a shame, but I could not leave him one more out there. And in theory, I should have pit Alonso first instead of Panis, but we are here. It is late for that. Okay, not that much aggression when defending. You will get those places, do not worry. The only one concerning, at least for him, is Verstappen. But Verstappen is well ahead of us. Actually, never mind. Not sure where he is. In the meantime, Panis is fighting for P6. Let me tell you, if we take advantage of every single wet weather race in this calendar, we will easily cruise into the top 4, maybe higher. Come on, Alonso, you don't have time to waste fighting with that man. Good job, good job. And Pedro de la Rosa is gonna slow down Frentzen, so that's a possible pair of positions that is gonna gain soon. Excellent, excellent, excellent. In the meantime, Panis, you need to get a move on. Thank you. P6. Hey, careful. This could very well be a podium at the end of the race. Fisichella hasn't pit yet. Fisichella might have been on a one-stop. Dang it, that Sauber ruined everything. That Sauber is a lazy? It is a lazy, of course. Not sure we can beat a lazy, but we're gonna try it anyway. Right, so let me cut the recording here and jump ahead to more, well, overall this whole situation is interesting, but, you know, this video can't be that long. Oh yes, Panis versus Lazy, let's go. Oh, good, fantastic, splendid, splendid. I guess this is the correct time to make the half race report presented by us. Things are looking good. Never mind the fact that Alonso is in 11. That's gonna be fixed soon enough. At the beginning of the race, it didn't look that good because it was dry, and even though we got pole, we were 11 and 12 by the time we reached turn 1, which is disgusting starting ability, but it is what it is. This game is weird. Anyway, what is the order right now? Ralf Schumacher from Rubens Barrichello and David Coulthard, followed by our boy Olivier Panis, who should let Fernando, who should be let through by, there we go. There we go, Panis cuts through that bunch of people, now he is third. Anyway, third is Olivier Panis, fourth David Coulthard, fifth is Jos Verstappen with sixth Giancarlo Fisichella, seventh Irvine, eighth Frentzen, 9th Bernoldi, 10th Alesi, and 11th Alonso. Alonso, well, has his work cut out for him. The reason for that is, well, he was the number 2 driver and he had to prioritize Panis, and meant Alonso was a victim of the pit stop glitch, which is very unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate things, I need Panis to, there we go. He's gonna have blue flags for a moment, but he should be able to pull away and not have any issue. Meanwhile, I need Alonso to pass both Coulthard and Alesi, because one of them is for position, the other one is to recover the lap. Maybe he'll be able to pull off the move here, and he is. Okay, he got his position back, and he got the lap from Coulthard. Meanwhile, Panis is back on the lead lap and hunting down Barrichello, who is 11th, and somewhere in this field, probably in this bunch. Let me leave this at 5 because he's gonna be fighting traffic. There he is. There is Barrichello. He's gonna have to catch up to him somehow, and Alonso probably burned his tires a bit. Let's leave that at 5. Anyway, it is a bit unrealistic to think we can win. I don't think the race win is on. The podium is most certainly on for Panis, and the points are most certainly on for Alonso. Also, Mark Webber, all the way down here, he's been getting blue flags and not respecting them, so he's gone backwards. Same with Mazzacane over there. So yeah, we are looking very good. Thanks to the fact I put some rain points and the fact the boys are good in the wet. We're in this position. If it was dry, we will be looking at an 11th and a 12th, or I don't know, maybe a P8 or something. But not the positions we're currently in right now. That has been the half race report, and I will come back to you when more things are transpiring. Alright, we tried. We waited as long as we could to see if the track changed to intermediate conditions. It didn't, so we're just going to serve our standard traditional stop, pitting for wet tires. Sadly, Alesi is gonna go ahead. We managed to get ahead of him when he pit, but now he's going to return to his usual position. This pit stop was pretty quick because, well, just 16 laps of fuel, just not that much fuel. But the thing is, Alesi has been pretty quick, and I don't think Alonso is going to be able to beat him. But we're going to see. We're going to see if he can actually get there. Maybe a change in track conditions. Maybe if it goes to just wet instead of very wet, the change of tires can actually help us get him, but I doubt it. Along the same lines, we just couldn't catch Ralf. We did manage to get Barrichello. We got him, that was no trouble whatsoever, but Ralf was just too far forward for us to do anything. We tried, it didn't quite work out, but hey, 2nd and 7th, it's definitely not a bad finishing position. The only way it improves is if DNFs start to occur, and if they're going to happen. we shouldn't be that far away from them starting. We should start to see people DNFing en masse in a few moments. Anyway, Panis is gonna pit at the end of this lap, so might as well just cut to that moment. And now we are in the future, where Panis is gonna come into the pits. Again, no change in track conditions, which means we just go in and put on a set of wet weather tires, and we just drive it to the end. We are in no threat to lose second position, and even better since we didn't have a pit stop issue. But even if we had had an issue and Panis ended up behind Arkello over here, yeah, he's the one that could threaten us, we would have been able to easily pass him and get into second again. Second is the best we're going to get, again, without any DNS from, say, Ralph. Which, again, excellent result. If you look at our history, from first to second and from second to seventh, doesn't look great. But remember, this car is not good. It is absolutely not good. It is higher than it is supposed to be. And credit to Alonso and Panis, they're doing an excellent job. I hope it remains that way throughout the rest of the season. So at this point I'm going to cut to the end of the race unless there are big DNFs that causes us to move up a few positions. So time to cut. There's a DNF. It's just a ground Ferrari. Giancarlo Fisichella is out of this race, which means that Alonso is going to go up into P6. In other words, classic 1-point classic edition. No more DNFs for now. But yeah, that was the wrong Ferrari, man. I wanted Ralph to DNF, and that way Panis is going to win a race like from just the first race of the year. No, had we won this race, we will not be championship contenders. Or maybe we could be. But yeah, I wanted to win that race. I wanted to win this race. I actually still want to win this race, but it won't happen on pace. It will be on luck. Did you know there's actually a threat for us to lose second place? Don't know from where in the world Rubens Barrichello came from, but now he has a bunch of pace, and now he's on Panis' back. I cannot accept that. I cannot have that. We must finish second. Come on, Panis, defend for your life. It's just 7 laps. And in another issue, it might seem like we don't have enough fuel, but we actually do. That updates whenever the hell it wants to update. So we should be fine, but Rubens over here is giving me a jump scare. Okay, he's getting blocked by the Benetton. We should be fine for a while. I jacked up defense and I'm braking for that reason. As soon as Rubens is free, okay, Rubens is free. Let's cross this line, the line. The line, thank you. And jack up braking, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah, I told you we had enough fuel. 6 laps of fuel remaining, 6 laps remaining for Panis. And we're looking at a 12th here. Assuming no DNFs. We're looking at a 12th. We're looking at a second here. I mean 12 because the number 12 is Kimi, and I hope Kimi doesn't like block us in the name of teamwork. Like, come on, Panis, you need to get there, engage in an overtaking move, pit lane spinning. Come on, Mazzacane, you cannot be this bad. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Come on, move. Come on. Why this has to be more dramatic than it has to be? Why is this more dramatic than it needs to be? Come on, move. Thank you. Good. Okay. So yeah, I do hope Panis can hold on to that position. Cut here and on to the end of the race. So Ralph is on his final lap. Sadly, he did not DNF, which means he's going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Excellent work for him. Second is Olivier Panis in a car